Hi, my name is Alex Guide. I'm an advanced services engineer here at Arista, and today I want to talk about Connectivity Monitor for a quick tip. Connectivity Monitor is a way for you to check either the latency, jitter, or web response time of a particular application or host from a switch. You can configure this across multiple devices, and then that data will be streamed upwards to CloudVision where you can see it on a single pane of glass. A lot of times you run into an issue where you'll have one particular web server that users are complaining about with either latency or response time. You can then set up this feature to track the response time from the locally connected switch and also set up another device, let's say the one that's connected to your internet service provider doing the same thing. Then once that data is set up to CloudVision, you can compare the two values and see if that data matches. If you have the same response time from the internet service provider connection and the locally connected switch, then you know that there's no latency happening across the network and it might be at the device level itself. If the latency coming from the locally connected switch to the device is very high, then the latency is probably on the actual server and not your network. And this is a very good way to prove innocence of the network. So today I'm going to walk you through setting this up. So we're just going to go into the CLI of the switch here, and then we're going to configure Connectivity Monitor. So once you're in here, by default, you're going to be in the default VRF. So you'll set up the name of the host that you want to track. So here I'm going to just set up, we're going to track our Leaf1 connection. And then here we'll set up the IP address that we want to check against. And that's basically it. You can do the same thing in a different VRF. So let's say we want to jump into the management VRF. And I'll set up a latency check towards like Google DNS here. And again, I just apply the IP address for that. And that's basically it. Now we just no-shut this, and it's set up. So here we can see the full configuration. Fairly simple, and then we can check that everything is working correctly. And the key thing to look here is the packet loss. If you see 0%, it means that nothing is blocking that traffic and everything is working as expected. If you see 100%, probably means that this traffic is getting blocked either at the server or due to a firewall. So now that we have this set up, we can jump into CloudVision and take a look at how this output's going to display. So here we're just going into CloudVision, and we're just going to click on this Connectivity Monitor, and we're going to select Spine 1. And here we see the two monitor sessions that we set up, one towards Leaf1 and one towards Google DNS. So like our directly connected host, you see has a very low response time of 0.1 millisecond, and we have a response time of about 7 milliseconds going out to Google DNS, and that's it. On top of being able to just check the latency towards a specific IP, we can also do a similar thing for jitter, and finally you can also do a web response where we just open up a web page on there, and when we get an OK response back, we report that data as well. And that's no different to configure. Instead of supplying an IP address, you just supply a URL. So once again, this is our Connectivity Monitor feature. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.